We're here with the Ear Elf guys, and this is their plugs, man. With these high definition plugs, I mean, these things could do amazing things for musicians. I mean, just what we call club ear, he calls club ear, I call deaf ear. It's kind of that ringing you get in your ear after a show. If you ever been to a show and you get that ringing, by the time you walk out you can't hear yourself talk? We don't want to get that before we go on stage when other bands are playing, so this right here kind of eliminates that for us.
I'll wear them on, sometimes you have to wear barricading in the clubs, you have to be able to hear. So it's ear protection is always a thing, but you always want to be able to hear because we have people that come up and talk to us and want to know where the bathroom is, where the bar is at, you know, nonsense questions. But, you know, you have to hear them talk, but you also don't want to hear the constant rumble in your ears all night long. So the noise canceling ones are the ones that I really like, the way to go for me.
Hey guys, drummers out there, these Ear Elf plugs, man, they let you hear what you're doing in high def. They're great for practice, they're great for everything around the house, and they're definitely great for live shows. So I highly recommend Ear Elf. Go pick up some. Thank you.
Simple. I'm Chad, I'm vocalist and guitar.
Chris on drums.
I'm Sean, I play bass and Chad's band is Simple.
Hi, I'm Travis. I play guitar and backup vocals.
I'm here with Chris, the drummer from The Simple. First question, boss. Music for a lot of people changes over time, man.
Yeah.
When you were young, what was music to you, and now has it changed, if it has?
When I was young, music was everything. That's what we grew up on. That's what we did every day. That's after school. That's, you know, we'd have, you know, try to be the rock stars that we saw and listened to at concerts and stuff like that.
Who would they be?
For me, Pantera.
Oh, right.
You know, White Zombie. That's what we grew up on.
Man.
Early Sepultura. You know, that whole genre is what, to me, was the greatest era of music. But you know, it's just my opinion.
What about now?
I like right now is Gojira.
Oh,
you
yeah.
know, is who I like right now. We're not that heavy. We don't, but personally, I listen to the heavier side of music. But you know, it's just me.
All right. Yeah, right. That's the question, boss.
Sweet. All right.
I'm here now with Sean, the bassist for The Simple.
Hola, ¿cómo está?
Sean, my question for you, man, is what was your first concert? Or what was your favorite concert, if you want to know?
I don't know, man. I've worked at a venue for like 7 years, so that's kind of a vague question.
Oh, that would be. Where do you work?
Masquerade.
Oh, really?
So, right now, I'm really into the Bronx, man, and Clutch a lot, man. So I have a different like style about things that I like.
Favorite first? What got you into it? Like
The first show I went to was Poison and Warrant, so I mean, I have no shame about me. So let's not ask about my sexual preferences and stuff like that.
I will.
You know what I mean? But yeah, the first show was Poison and Warrant. That's not a good thing, but anyway. Anything else?
What about after Chords and More? Have you ever been to a show that you were like, God damn, this is what I want to do?
I saw Pantera front row on the Far Beyond Driven tour with Sepultura and Chaos AD. That was cool. I've seen a lot of cool bands over the years, man. That's pretty much what I did in my spare time, was go to shows and whatnot.
All right. At Masquerade, man, it's 2018. What's the show you've seen recently that you were like, damn, that
blew me away? It was like Suicidal when they came back through, man. They packed the house. I saw them like 6 years ago, and it was probably 300-400 people. And then the last two tours, they've packed the house out, stage dives. I mean, it's like it was like 1986 again. I was like, wow. So it's like it's good to see like the old stuff make a resurgence and everything, because I wasn't around for the heyday of that shit. So
I hear you.
That's cool. That's one of the cool shows I've seen here recently. But
That was
anyway,
awesome. Oh yeah, man.
without doubt.
Cut you off.
It's all good, man. Cut out what you want to.
No. All right, now I'm here with Chad. Sean says this is Chad's band.
It's Chad's band. The Simple.
Don't listen to anything Sean says, he lies.
So, Chad, man, what's next on the agenda for this? What you got? I know you have April 7th and May 11th.
We got the April 7th, May 11th. We got other shows coming in. Right now, as far as the actual agenda for it, we're just trying to write good music, get some good recordings out there, let people hear what we're doing, trying to move into a bigger version of the Simple.
Cool.
So, move into a more productive version of the Simple.
Right.
So, yeah, just get the music out there, man.
I believe last time we talked that you are in the process of cutting music. You are.
Mm-hmm. We are, right? We've gotten one single out now, and we've got to lay vocal tracks to 2 more. So we're actually in the process of studio time now. So.
Oh, cool.
Sometimes it takes us a long time.
Sure. I hear you. What's the projected date for the music to be heard?
You can already catch Cinnamon. It's already out. You can already listen to it. You can go on Reverb Nation. It'll be. We'll have a lyric video up on YouTube here soon too. So, Passing Cars and the Drinking Song, which is 2 of them we played back for you earlier. They'll be out probably in the next 30 days.
On Reverb Nation, they can find it.
Yes, and other places. We'll start as the music comes out. We'll start circulating.
Oh, okay, cool.
So wherever you can iTunes, places like that. So.
Oh, all right.
So trying to move that direction.
Well, we'll be there. Hey, thanks a lot.
Definitely be there.
Hell yeah.
Thank you, man.
Now I'm here with Travis, who is the guitarist also for The Simple. Travis and I had talked a little bit before the recording about the Atlanta music scene. He had a lot to say, and I'd love for him to share it with everyone else. So, how's it changed over these years, man?
Well, I'm a third-generation musician, guitar player in this area. My grandfather grew up listening to Chet Atkins, and so Chet Atkins is from North Georgia, and he heavily influenced country music in the Nashville scene in a big way, but a lot of people don't realize he actually springs from Georgia and influenced a lot of guitar players in this area. Later on, my dad's generation, there was a mixture of hard rock from the 70s and bluegrass that was kind of the Grateful Dead thing that was going around, sort of a hippie bluegrass thing, revival going on, and him and my uncles and stuff used to play a lot of that kind of stuff, and we knew Charlie Daniels was down in the scene. And that was around the same time Atlanta Rhythm Section was being recorded here. Greg Allman and the Allman Brothers came up from Florida, from Jacksonville, and were recording in Macon. At the same time, a little bit before that, you would have had Otis Redding in the late 60s recording down there, being influenced by Little Richard, also from Macon. So all those sounds gravitate towards Atlanta and influence, I think, what's the modern Atlanta sound, which is this sort of combination of really A-level, high-end musicians that are, like, everybody knows their names. You know, certain people that are from the Atlanta scene, like the hip-hop industry's really taken off here.
Sure.
But I'm a rock guy.
I hear you.
And so, really, what I'm liking right now, I like the Blackberry Smoke. I like how they're bringing back the good soulful sound of the southern rock scene. Chris Stapleton and the Johnson Brothers have been doing that not too long ago. He's kind of gravitated towards country now, but like I say, I'm a rock guy. So there's a lot of guys coming out into the rock scene right now around Atlanta. We're really looking to play with Wicked Animal and some of the other groups that I know. Actually, you know those guys too. And I just think the scene is really ready. There's a real big hole in the industry right now that indie's doing a good job of filling and bringing in new artists, and I'm excited about what's coming next onto the scene. I prefer that it kind of stays Tabernacle or smaller, but just
Sure.
that's because I grew up listening to Album 88 back in the day in the late 80s, and to me, what was the really peak of alternative rock.
Yeah, so many people might not know that Album 88 is the Georgia State radio station that used to be, what was it called, open radio.
Yeah.
And now they got kicked off and it's taken by NPR.
NPR's taking over their stuff, right? And back in the day, they had a lot of really good programming. They had, in the evening time, they would really allow their DJs to open up and play all kinds of stuff. You hear everything from Ministry and Wax Trax records
to video game music.
To video game music, yeah. And they would show up live at a lot of really awesome shows and do live things and broadcast from. And it was a real exciting age to grow up in the music scene back then, the Metroplex. Back in the day with the Washington, D.C. hardcore scene, traveling down here and going to clubs like that when I was really young. That was when I was just really kind of first cutting my teeth on live music and going out, other than my dad's stuff. You know? And so the, like for me, there's no real first concert because I was backstage. You know?
Right.
So I was a brat backstage. I don't have no idea what my first concert was.
That's great.
But but I know my first rock concert, I would say was Europe, the Final Countdown. When I was, that was there at the Fox Theater, which is also ties into the Atlanta music scene. To me, Mastodon just recently played there to a really, really badass show. And the Fox Theater, I'm so glad it's still here.
Wow.
Yeah. And they're coming back with Primus, actually.
Oh, yeah, at the Fox.
Yeah, that's right.
Wow.
And that's going to be an excellent show. Just the fact that there's venues like that, the Tabernacle, the Masquerade staying around, even though the old club's gone, we all miss that. But at the same time, the new club's awesome, and it's time to bring the scene back. You know, it's really time to reclaim it in Atlanta and bring rock back to this town.
What's it like being a musician in Atlanta, would you say?
I'd say
Is it
it's a
more,
blast. To be
more
honest with
friendly
you,
than other cities?
it's such easy to network here. There's so many people that are open to working together. All through my life, I found people that were willing to put together singer-songwriter projects for fun, for kicks, for money, for playing for the love of music, and it's a great town.
That was sick.
Yeah,
Great.
man.
Yeah. Awesome.
Thanks, peace.